Why gender GP? Well, I've spoken to thousands of parents, carers, and kids over the course of the last 20 years. And one of the biggest issues that brings so much pain and distress is the lack of access to timely, appropriate, and affirmative healthcare. And let's be honest, it's getting worse. As a parent who chose to go private rather than watching my kids suffer, I know how difficult it is to make that decision. And I also know the impact that it has financially as well.
Right, from that video about Susie Green, you can clearly tell that it's obviously just about making money, and it's got nothing to do but about the safety of the child, whether it's psychological or physical, and and it's obviously a clear case of because they want to try and find a loophole on and to be able to put puberty blockers back into the NHS. Anyway, in case you didn't know who Susie Green is, I'm looking at her Wikipedia now, and it says she was a former British chief executive of Mermaids, a British advocacy organisation for gender variant and transgender youth. She was dismissed on the 25th, 2022 after 6 years of service because the trustees had lost confidence in her ability to lead the organisation. I got a feeling that the let her go was because it was because people was starting to fight back about as far as like in gender affirming and as far as like on children. She worked as an IT manager for Citizens Voice from 2002 to 2015 prior to her appointment as CEO of Mermaids in 2016. She stepped down as CEO in November 2022, obviously, as I just said. Green worked with the actors and producers on a 2018 drama by ITV, advising on the script and introducing them to some of the young people and parents she helps. But the thing is, this whole gender affirming, how is that helping? How are you actually helping the children in any way? In any way, if anything, you're just going to be confusing them even more. It's just such a head scratcher, and that report on which God, what's that doctor called? I'm sure someone in the comments will be able to tell me on when she put out that report, and it just explains so much on why puberty blockers cannot be allowed on the NHS or in the UK in general. They should be just outright banned. Anyway, she is involved with WPATH. What is that? Oh, okay. The World Professional Association for Transgender Health. Jesus. And then contributed to the chapter on children up to adolescence in the standards of care for the health transgender and gender diverse people version 8. In 2023, then Green founded and Trans Healthcare, which makes puberty blockers available to under 18s in the United Kingdom via a legal route, despite a permanent ban announced by West Streeting. No, it was a doctor who put out the report, or a professor, but obviously the ban was made announced by the Health Secretary, West Streeting. Green presented a TED talk discussing the journey to get gender affirming surgery for her eldest son at 16 in Thailand. What the hell? What the hell are these people? I came across this article called Secrets and Lies, and I think yeah, it talks about the secrecy clause in the Gender Recognition Act is a big problem. Okay, Susie Green, the ex-CEO of Child Transition Charity Mermaids, is proud that on her son's 16th birthday, she took him to Thailand to have his male genitals surgically refashioned to resemble a vulva and vagina. How about that for your son's 16th birthday? Did she even ask him what he wanted? And I mean, it seems to me that taking having his genitals surgically removed, it sounded like that was a decision that she wanted, and she was like, "No, you're gonna have this." Um, She has shared the story many times in a TED talk on This Morning Sofa with Philip Schofield in numerous media interviews and as a TV drama. But when the Sunday Times published the same facts in an article critical of childhood transition, she complained to the independent press standards that it was a breach of privacy and argued that by referring to her son as he and male, the Sunday Times was guilty of discrimination and inaccuracy. That's not being inaccurate. It doesn't matter if it doesn't matter if a little girl has a fake penis. She's still gonna be a girl no matter what. It does not matter. These trans people are gonna be originally or what are gonna be originally what they was through their DNA, like it or not. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much they try. You cannot change the actual DNA of what your body is made from. You can't change biology. I'm sorry, you just can't. IPSO last week. I think this is this was last year. Last week, robustly dismissed the complaint, saying that details of Susie's son's life are in the public domain because Susie and Jackie Green put them out there. Exactly, because they put them out there in the public domain. Then you can't say that. Then you cannot say, oh, it's a breach of privacy. Sorry, you put it out there. You're talking about it. So guess what? They're pretty much allowed to publish an article about talking about the exact same thing of what you was just saying. It was not irrelevant, insulting, or inaccurate for the article to refer to her son as male. IPSO also released new guidance which makes clear that although journalists should not make pejorative reference to an individual's sex or their gender identity, there is no requirement not to mention these characteristics at all, and doing so will often be necessary for accuracy. This minor skirmish in the gender wars highlights something important. What we think of as a battle between women's rights and trans rights is really a series of showdowns involving the human rights of freedom of expression. That's what it is. It's a human rights problem, and you can say it's a freedom of expression problem. That's what it is. um, Article 10 of the European Convention on Human Rights and the Right to Privacy, Article 8. The logic of human rights is not that people, organizations must line up waving flags behind Article 8 or Article 10, but that every individual holds both protections, and when rights are in tension, the conflict needs to be talked about and resolved. The editor's code is itself an instrument that aims to balance the two rights. Its clause on privacy basically starts with reiteration of Article 8. I think that's what it says, if it's not apologies. Everyone has the right to respect for his private and family life, his home, and his correspondence. The Gender Recognition Act 2004, which enables people to change the sex on their birth certificate, was enacted by the UK government because it lost a pair of cases which hinged on Article 8. The argument was that when a person who wishes to be treated socially as the opposite sex is forced to reveal information showing their actual sex in the course of dealing with officialdom, this breaches their right to privacy. Building on this, a one-sided weaponization of Article 8 ads has been used to batter down the boundaries to women's changing rooms and women's refugees, and to force people to refer to men as women and to mind their pronouns. But as the IPSO rulings reflect, Article 8 is a limited right. There are many ordinary situations where people's privacies can be impinged upon, but we are all subjected to routine and lawful collection, use of our information in the interest of national security, public safety, economic activity, the prevention of crime, the protection of health or morals, and the protection of the rights and freedoms of others. It happens on the day we are born, and every time we go to the bank or the doctor, register our children at school, get a job, or pay income tax, and on the day we die. There is also a basic practical limitation to Article 8. You cannot protect the privacy of information that is already widely in the public domain. I'm gonna um I'm not gonna mention any more about the Secrets and Lies article I was just mentioning, but I'll leave it in the description. But anyway, I'm gonna get into this next one. Former Mermaid's boss, who I'm currently talking about, defies UK ban on puberty blockers. The former chief executive of controversial pro-trans group Mermaids has committed to helping children access banned puberty blockers despite them being labelled as an unacceptable safety risk. They are an unacceptable safety risk. If I remember, Lauren Southern did a interview, I think it was, about someone who was forced to undergo something similar to this, and I think they were saying that and this is in Canada, I believe, and basically they said that basically the government basically gave them no help, no, as far as like, I think it was getting rid of the surgery or whatever. Look up the interview. I'm sure you can find it. And I think people online had to basically give money to others for like for medical costs. So I think that just pretty much tells you on where their priorities lie. People like Susie Green, because it's not about helping children. It's not about helping families. If anything, I think she's confusing the parents, convincing them that the thing is this is a good thing when it really is not. I mean, because this sort of thing will pretty much, make a child commit suicide. To be honest, because they're just going to be so confused, and when really a child should be protected no matter what. Anyway, since leaving Mermaids, Susie Green co-founded and Trans Healthcare, which states on its website, and I just want to say this is from a person, by the way, who, for her eldest son's 16th birthday, took him to Thailand to have to have his genitals surgically removed. That's the type of person you're dealing with. Um, we believe in gender affirming care without barriers, free from judgment, delays, and unnecessary obstacles. Well, the thing is, you say you believe in you say you believe in without barriers, but then what you're basically saying is the natural order on how children are born, whenever they're a boy or a girl. You're basically saying, you know what, you don't have to be a boy if you don't want to, you don't have to be a girl if you don't want to, even though that's how they're born. And I'm sure then and I'm sure, and kids are not stupid, and they obviously know that. So sounds like to me, sorry about that, sounds like to me this is someone who's pretty much lost their mind. Anyway, if a child requests puberty blockers, the organization promises to guide you every step of the way. This is despite the Health Secretary's recent announcement of an indefinite ban on the sale or supply of puberty blocking drugs to gender confused children. Green, who took her 16-year-old son to Thailand for sex change surgery to circumvent UK law, told the Times that she will continue to direct children to puberty blocker drugs despite a UK-wide ban, calling the ban cruel and pretty much prejudiced and frankly inhumane. No, I would say the ban on the UK-wide ban on puberty blockers is a humane thing to do, a positive human rights thing to do, and it's not cruel whatsoever in any way. I mean, she's pretty much a psychopath in my opinion. She previously boasted that she would evade a ban in Great Britain by importing puberty blockers via Northern Ireland. After the UK-wide ban was announced, NHS England explained that it closed a loophole that posed a risk to the safety of children and young people. However, outspoken activist lawyer Julian and Morgan Casey, I think that's what it is. The thing is, these people don't have any medical, don't have any medical history or medical experience. She does not have any medical experience, and this activist lawyer who I'm about to talk about obviously doesn't. It's just about, oh well, I wanted this for my child, so the thing is I'm gonna pretty much force it on everyone else. That that's just completely stupid and just so irresponsible. Took to social media to publicize a further gap in the law for unscrupulous operators to exploit, explaining you can get your EU prescription fulfilled at an EU pharmacy and lawfully bring those puberty blockers back into the UK. It is thought Green intends to encourage children to travel to the Republic of Ireland to access the banned treatment. Stephanie Davis, Arrow of campaign group Transgender Trend, said this scheme should be stopped for the protection of vulnerable children. 100% agree. This should be stopped. If anything, Susie Green should be arrested. I don't know why she's not arrested for. Announcing the ban earlier this month, Health Secretary Wes Streeting said it is a scandal that medicine was given to vulnerable young children without proof that it is safe or effective. It's not safe or effective because I'm sure there's European countries that where it's completely banned in. Um, I don't think it's banned in America, but I know that there are certain countries in Europe where they don't or where it's just pretty much banned, just like in the UK. It was introduced after an independent report by the Commission on Human Medicines found there was currently an unacceptable safety risk in the continued prescription of puberty blockers to children. Dr. Hilary Cass, thank you, that's the one, Dr. Hilary Cass. I remember when she did an in-depth review, who conducted an in-depth review of NHS child gender services, welcomed the ban, stating it's not based on discrimination, it's based on science and certainty about safety and effectiveness. Yeah, because that's what it's about science, and people like that and people like Susie Green are not basing this on science. It's pretty much about, oh well, this is my opinion, and my feelings are getting hurt, and they don't give a damn about about the safety and obviously the consequences, because they clearly don't. Anyway, thanks for watching, and let me know in the comments on what you think about puberty blockers. And anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.